Cool to speak so late. Thank you for staying. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be with you among so many friends and have the opportunity to speak at this conference. After nearly 90 years, the Jerusalem Post remains the paper of record for English speakers in Israel and around the world. Not just a place to read news, but also a platform for vibrant discussion about the most important issues for us. Ladies and gentlemen, within a few days, the American Embassy in Israel will move to Jerusalem, D.C., David's capital. I want to thank President Donald Trump for the great historical decision he took. I want to thank the American people for a true friendship. I want to thank the American jury for your support and deep alliance that contributed greatly to Israel's strength and to its national security. There is no issue that had dominated news and debate in Israel and around the world for such a long time, more than the conflict with the Palestinians. Let's have an honest and fair discussion about the future. And let me be clear, the two-state solution is not relevant anymore. For a very long time, it was a two-state slogan, not really a two-state solution. And now, after 80 years on paper from the Field Committee, 70 years from the partition resolution of the UN, and after 20 years of negotiations, it has proven simply unrealistic. It brought us no closer to peace, perhaps even further away. For the Palestinians, it doesn't offer a viable state or a better future. For Israel, it is nothing short of insanity to create an almost certain to fail state few miles from our international airport and population centers with no shortage of extremist Islamist groups ready to take over. Israel must keep security control over all the territory between the Jordan River to the sea. After Oslo, we did let go some of that control, and we paid truly a heavy price, hundreds of casualties among our people. We don't want to control the Palestinians, but the truth is, we aren't doing it anymore. The majority of Palestinians today lives under Palestinian rule, in Gaza under Hamas, in Judea and Samaria under the Palestinian Authority. But a Palestinian state in the heart of our land will create a huge demographic and security problems, not solve them. Keeping a Jewish majority in the land of Israel, not only in the state of Israel, is a key for our future. This is something great Zionism has achieved, but a Palestinian state will control the gate of Eretz Israel. That will certainly open the borders. That will certainly open the borders for so-called Palestinian refugees. They are already refugees for 70 years. It's against any definition of the UN. But not only for them. Radical Islamists from all over the region would head for the front line against Israel, gathering just miles away from our population centers. Can you imagine the millions that will enter to our small land? Can you imagine the consequences? Maybe it could be a good idea in a different part of the world with a different neighbors, not in our reality. But let me be clear. Because I say this solution is impossible, does not mean the alternative is binational state. As I said, separation is already a fact. It was created by two stages: Oslo agreements and the creation of the PA, and the disengagement from Gaza Strip. Now we must think out of the old paradigm that failed time and again. Friends, we need new directions which may not be implemented immediately, but will coexist with our national interests and with geopolitical logic. The framework should be regional, but not in the sense that all other players will come to support the Palestinian positions, but participate in creating the solution. Jordan and Egypt are important in an effort to advance a real regional solution. Palestinian self-rule will be less than full sovereignty. Will we have partners for this? I hope and I think one day we will. But if we would have waited to get ahead the acceptance of our neighbors, we wouldn't have a state today. The international community today is held captive, stuck in old formula, not connected to reality. But President Trump has shown wisdom and courage. He has been realistic in his stand against the Iran nuclear deal. He showed leadership in recognizing the truth that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Always was, always will, and should be home to the American embassy and all other embassies, and now we already see other states joining this path. I hope and pray that President Trump will not fall into the two-state trap as former American presidents did. A Palestinian state in the heart of our land was a dangerous idea when former administrations proposed it, but it remains so regardless who will propose this idea in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, there are concerning trends in our relationship between the American Jewish community and Israel. I believe that at the heart is lack of mutual understanding. Let's work together to bridge these gaps. We may disagree and have different experiences, but I remind you all, Oscar winners and others, Israel doesn't take tough decisions lightly. We have a democracy. We make choices we believe are best for our people. Disagree? Fine. Criticize? That's also fine. But let us all commit ourselves never to turn our backs to each other. כל ישראל ערבים זה לזה. All Jews All Jews are responsible for one another. We have tough decisions. We have tough discussions. But we are brothers and we are guided by this value. Israel is strong because of your support, because of the continuous support of the Jewish diaspora. Diaspora Jews are so much stronger because of Israel. And we all have a common faith. We all have a common future and destiny. Let's continue to build the bridges between Israelis and American Jews. God bless you. Thank you all.